Alam ng mga gumawa niyan na unconstitutional yan at ito ay dereliction of duty, ika nga sa military. Ano? At but they're pushing it. Bakit tinutulak ito ng pro-Duterte senators? Kasi natatakot sila na pagka nasimulan ang impeachment trial ni Sara, makikita yung mga iba't ibang krimen ni Sara Duterte.
All right. Did you see it coming, though, that may magpapaikot na ganitong draft resolution prior to supposedly the June 11 reading of or the presentation of articles of impeachment and the oath-taking of the senator judges?
Hindi natin nakita yan nung simula kasi supposed to be ministerial ang role ng pagbubukas ng impeachment trial kasi maliwanag yung sa Constitution, hindi mo kailangan ng malalimang interpretasyon dyan. Pero binabaluktot ang interpretasyon precisely merong agendang pigilan ang impeachment trial.
But if you actually, Senator, look at the numbers and even during the midterm elections, the results of the midterm elections, it didn't really favor the administration. In fact, it favored the opposition or the Duterte bloc, as they call themselves. So bakit po sila matatakot when it seems, doon po sa mga nagbibilang, they have the numbers?
Yes. Alam nyo kung kumpiyansa talaga sila dyan sa numbers na yan. Precisely, pwede naman kayong mag-acquit sa dulo. Kaso, as what we have seen nung impeachment ni former Chief Justice Renato Corona, and I was there, nung pinupulsuhan ng mga analyst yung leaning conviction or leaning acquittal, lamang yung leaning acquittal. No? I think ang bilang nun, 10 yung leaning conviction, 13 yung leaning acquittal. Pero because of the evidence, nung na-present na yung ebidensya during the trial, kinalaunan, 20 yung nag-convict, 3 lang yung nag-acquit. Ganon din ang mangyayari dito. Ang bilangan kasi sa dulo, hindi sa una. Kaya we should not assume na hindi komo ang mga public pronouncements ng iba't ibang mga senador ay leaning acquittal, leaning conviction. It doesn't mean na mananatili yon. Yun lahat ay magbabase primarily sa ebidensya. Then yung public opinion, pag nakumbinse yung sambayan ng Pilipino na talagang guilty si Sara Duterte, it will be very difficult for the senators as representatives of the people na salungatin yon yung pulso ng bayan na yon.
Do you think that in the course of the trial, that again, if we look at the numbers, it favors the Vice President because you need 2/3 to convict? Ano po? Do you think that as the trial, if the trial will actually proceed, that there will be a change of mind among those who believe the Vice President should be acquitted?
Okay, i-categorize natin. Yung mga hardcore na Duterte senators, kahit na makita nila sa video na kung anong krimen ang ginagawa, hindi yan. No? Nakita natin yung viral video ni Pulong Duterte na nag-a-attempt sumaksak ng isang tao. It didn't affect the hardcore followers ni Pulong. Ganon din dito. Hindi na yan maapektuhan. So ilan ba sila?
Ilan po yun?
We're counting at least, at most 5. Yung hardcore na Duterte na kahit the evidence is staring them in the face, hindi sila
Who are
magbago-isip.
they, Senator?
Well, I think kilala naman yan yung mga tao na yan. But if you want to enumerate, andyan dyan na si Aimee, si Bongo, Bato, Robin, tsaka si Marcoleta.
Yan po yung sinasabi niyong 5.
Ayan, yan yung solid. Then, pag titignan nyo, merong 10 na pwedeng kumbaga leaning conviction or alam nila based on the information na nakita na beforehand, leaning conviction, ano? 10
So may
yan.
10.
Oo. Then you have 9 na tinatawag nating sabihin na nating undecided or transactional votes na tinatawag natin. transactional votes, no? So, itong mga ito ay kumbaga, they can go
They can
either
sway.
way. Yes. So, just doing that, doing the math there, pwedeng umabot ng 19 yung conviction.
If all the undecided actually go with
Yes.
conviction.
So, theoretically, you can get 19.
So, ang nakikita niyo pong certainty dito, 10 versus 5. 10 for conviction, 5 for acquittal. Yung pong sigurado.
Leaning, yung mga leaning, no? At ito yan, kasi ang hindi pwede kasing isusuko mo na kaagad, di pa nagsisimula, pinupulsuhan mo pa lang based dun sa public pronouncement, suko ka na. Hindi ganun. That's not how it works. And again, I've seen that. Talagang kahit sa mga botohan nun, lamang na lamang yung mga pro-acquittal kay Chief Justice Corona. Pero nung lumabas yung mga bank accounts, tapos nung nag-meltdown si Chief Justice Corona doon sa witness stand, nagbago isip ng karamihan. So in the end, 20 nga kami noon, no, who convicted. Ngayon, ganun din. Ako, I'm confident. Pag nagsimula yung trial, lalabas yung mga bank accounts ni Sara Duterte na joint accounts with Digong Duterte na billions yung transactions in and out na pera. And ang critical dito, yung every 6 months, merong dividendo silang nakukuha galing sa isang drug lord. Ako, sinasabi ko na yan, and dito, I'm so confident nandiyan na lalabas yan. And ako, no, I've been saying this the past, 9 years? Ngayon, sinasabi nila...
Since 2016 ata.
So, that's 9 years.
Right,
so,
9 years.
Sinasabi nila, gawa-gawa ko yan, then ito yan. Kung ginawa ko lang yan, imagine, talagang wala na ako. Wala na akong credibility forever, no? Pero I am so confident that it's there. Ngayon, sila yung natatakot kasi alam nila na totoo yung sinasabi ko.
Why would you say that, for example, sir, totoo pong natatakot sila when you have the Vice President saying that she wants the trial to proceed and she wants a bloodbath?
Ano yan lip service yan nag-ano sila no? Kumbaga, they're saying one thing, but they're doing another. Kanino bang batayan sila bato na nag-circulate ng resolution? Di ba sa kanya yan? Pwede niya sabihan, Mr. Bato, tigilan mo na nga yan. Baka sabihin, natatakot ako sa impeachment. Pero hindi. Si Sara, yung front lang niya yan na parang confident siya. But I can imagine her shaking. Hindi nakakatulog yan. Kasi alam niyang, pag lumabas yun, again, every 6 months, nag-encash siya ng cheque. Cheque to, manager's check. When she was mayor. Tapos every 6 months, pati yung mga kapatid niya, si Digong, si Hanilet, lahat sila tumatanggap ng dividendo from a drug lord. Pag nakita yan ng taong bayan, nako, pati yung mga supporter nila sa Mindanao, sa military, sa police, they will realize now na tama pala kami all
Senator,
this time.
if it's true, what you're saying,
Yeah.
bakit ho ganun kalakas ang loob ng ama, ng Vice President o yung kanyang kapatid na sinasabi niyo mag-withdraw every 6 months?
Sorry?
Bakit ho ang lakas ng loob na
Nila.
na gawin ito?
Dahil
Kung
meron,
totoo.
Yes, dahil meron silang impunity. Remember, nung mayor si Duterte sa Mindanao, sa Davao, 30 years yan, akala nila doon lang sila So hindi nila inisip na aabot sila sa national, na magiging vulnerable sila, subject sila sa scrutiny. In fact, si Digong hindi niya naisip na merong ICC Di ba? So kaya nung ginagawa niya yung mga criminal activities niya, akala niya wala na accountability. So ganun sila pinalaki. Kaya nga sabi, pag nakita mo, hindi naman ito parang ignorance na bakit ka mag-i-encash ng cheque, no? Pero ganun na nangyari. For at least 4 na payments, then saka sila nag-ship sa cash. So after nung 2-year period, they realize may paper trail yun.
And what is that 2-year period? What are those years?
2011 to 2013.
Balikan,
So, incumbent mayor siya niyan, ha? Incumbent mayor, hindi niya dinideclare sa SALN, tapos, ang tanong, bakit ka tumatanggap sa isang drug lord? Diba?
so basically you're saying that in these 2 years,
Yeah.
ito po yung nagkaroon ng withdrawal every 6 months, tama po ba? Or deposit every 6
Deposit
months?
every 6 months.
But you also mentioned that they withdrew...
Encashment.
Encashment.
Nung una kasi, yung dividendo, cheque, manager's check. So, ini-encash nila every 6 months. Pero eventually, dinideposit na lang diretso sa kanila.
The fact, sir, that the resolution is making the rounds,
Yeah.
the draft resolution, and that accordingly there are other 2 draft resolutions possibly also going around, but that's not yet confirmed because yung draft resolution po na de facto dismissal ay inamin na po ni Senator Bato na galing sa kanya. Kung magkaroon po ng motion anytime before June 13, bago po ang sine die na tinatawag nga po, this can be taken up. Kayo po is dating senador.
Yeah.
This can be voted upon. And with a simple majority, this resolution, kung ito po ang gagamitin nila, itong de facto dismissal, may win. Ano po mangyayari pagka yun po, nagkaroon po ng botohan at manalo po ito yung dapat na i-dismiss, yung trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte?
Actually, marami silang pwedeng gawin to stop the trial aside from that. Pwede silang mag-motion to adjourn, pero mag-question ng lack of quorum. So, tatapusin lang. The same way na pinatay nila noong February. Kasi noong February, they could have done this, pero hindi nila ginawa dahil may nag-motion for adjournment. I-flashback ko lang, nung corona impeachment, na-transmit ng House, or for that matter, ng House, nag-decide sila, 1/3, December 12, December 13, tinansmit sa Senate, ni-receive sa Senate. The day after, December 14, nag-oath kami as impeachment court. It only took us less than 30 minutes for the whole exercise. Then, nag-issue na ng summons. January kami nag-commence ng trial. Ganun lang. It's supposed to be that way. Ministerial lang ito. Kaso nagkaroon ng mga intellectual gymnastics, kung anong interpretation ng forthwith. So, maabot tayo rito. Ngayon, apparently, there is a determined effort to kill the impeachment, whether through resolution or through adjournment, kung ano man motion. Kaya ngayon yung kailangan natin bantayan. We need to be vigilant. We need to be, kumbaga talagang sounding the alarm na pagka ginawa nila to, this is betrayal of the Constitution.
But Senator, kayo po ay naniniwala and would you say you submit na tama po yung sinasabi ni SP Cheese na kapag meron pong resolution that is filed and then it is voted upon and then that resolution wins, for example, this one, ay pwede po talagang madismiss yung trial, hindi po magka-trial dahil nga plenary is supreme.
No. Plenary is supreme pagka walang constitutional mandate. Hindi pwedeng, kumbaga, pagka diniktahan ka ng Constitution, kasi defined yung mga limits ng powers ng Senate sa Constitution, nakalagay doon. Pagka merong mandato sa'yo, let's say yung SONA, kailangan yung umattend lahat. Sinasabi niya, may motion daw ng, motion to adjourn to attend the SONA. Yes, plenary yon, pero ministerial yon kasi wala naman kayong power to say, I object, ayaw namin umattend, let's just sit here. Wala kayong ganong power. Yung power nyo to decide is just ministerial to comply with the constitutional mandate para pumunta kayo ng SONA to attend. Hindi pwede mag-session kayo while the SONA is going on. Yun. Ngayon, yung impeachment, ganun yan. Trabaho ito. hindi mo pwedeng sabihin, let's vote on it, wag na tayo mag-impeachment trial. Ibig sabihin, yung plenary powers ng Senate is above what is dictated on by the Constitution.
It appears that way because that's what the Senate President is saying. And in fact, if anybody wants to question this, he says, you are free to do this before the Supreme Court.
Yes, yan nga yung sinasabi niya. That's his opinion. Pero before this, kahit tanungin nyo yung mga Senate presidents before him, 9 out of 10, siya being the deviant one, ang magsasabi na, we don't have any choice. The Constitution says tayo magkakandak. Hindi mo pwedeng i-dismiss yung kaso antimano na without hearing the trial. Wala nakalagay sa Constitution. Ang nakalagay sa Constitution nun, mag-trial ka, i-acquit nyo kung idol mo si Sara Duterte, di-acquit mo despite the evidence. Pero not like this. And he knows that. Alam nyo, kakilala ko yan I've worked with him, magka-bloke kami sa minority. Alam niyo yan, matalino yan siya. Magaling yan si Senator Cheese. And alam niya, deep in his heart, alam niya na mali itong ginagawa niya. Pero, siyempre, siguro...
So why is he doing this?
Nagdo-double down na siya, nagdi-dig in. Pero ako, if I were to advise him, step back, mag-recalibrate ka. Kumbaga, probably nung kinonkok niya itong plano na ito, ay iniisip niya na walang magpo-pushback. Pero grabe yung pushback ngayon. Ngayon, he can choose to ram it through at the expense of his own personal or political reputation, or he can step back and recalibrate na tipong mukhang nagkamali ako, tingnan natin, then let's do it the right way.
When you say nagkakaroon ng pushback, saan po yung pushback? Sino yung nagpo-pushback? Kailan yung pushback, sir?
Nakita nyo naman, di ba? The outrage is authentic. Hindi ito manufactured, hindi ito PR operations. Ramdam mo. Ramdam niya yon, di ba? Ngayon, he can throw the dice on this. He can, kumbaga, gamble his political future over this. But is it worth it? I don't think so. Dinidepensa mo si Sara Duterte. Sara Duterte doesn't care about him. Di ba? Why is he doing him a favor? Doing her a favor? Ngayon, ito. Na-imagine, sabi ko nga, deep inside, I think si Cheese, in a perfect world or ibang circumstances, he relished the idea of presiding over the impeachment court. Papakita niya dyan yung kanyang legal prowess. That would be his time to shine. And ako, nakita ko siya, pag nakita niya ebidensya, I believe Cheese Escudero would convict Sara Duterte. But, merong, some agenda got in the way at andito tayo ngayon.
And the agenda is?
I think talagang naiipit siya rito kasi very tenuous yung hold niya sa Senate presidency. And he believes kailangan niya ito to be a viable candidate for president in 2028. So, sinusugal niya na ito lahat. But I think there should be another way to hold on to that position without doing this.
All right.
Diba?
We need to take a very short break. We'll be back with former Senator Antonio Trillanes. Stay tuned. This is On Point. On Point, still with us, former Senator Antonio Trillanes. I want to find out from you, being a former senator, how you foresee what could happen in the last days of Congress, the 19th Congress. Kasi po, hindi ho ba ang session is just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
Yeah.
Pero sinasabi June 13, mag-a-adjourn sine die.
Yes.
So, ano ho yung mga nakikita niyong scenario next week? Well, meron pa bang posibleng mangyari bukas? Kasi ang presentation of the articles of impeachment is on June 11. That is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
What are the scenarios you're seeing, sir?
Okay. Based on the initial schedule na lumalabas, yung valedictory speeches will be done on the 10th, no?
Tuesday.
So, by tradition yan, yung mga exiting senators, nag-speech sila. So, yon. ibig sabihin nun, tapos na yung mga importanteng legislation na sinasabi. Di ba? Kasi ang initial na reason, minove natin kasi maraming legislative agenda. No? Tapos na yun eh. In fact, kung sinimula nila yung oath noong June 2,
Two.
yung debate na binuhos nila discussing yung impeachment, kumain pa na mas maraming oras eh. Di ba? Anyway, sige, andyan dyan. So, June 10, wala nang business basically. So, June 11 na tayo, pupunta tayo. Primarily to tackle the impeachment process. So, reading of the articles, then oath-taking, tapos...
Convening of the impeachment court.
Convening ng impeachment court, yun na. Mag-oath take sila ng oath.
So that's Wednesday.
Wednesday, tapos issuance of summons. Yun yung sinasabi niya. Pero sinasabi niya na unless there would be other motions, so that is a signal na kung may mga parliamentary maneuvers, yun yung binabantayan natin. Kasi based dun sa ginawa nila last time, nag-move to adjourn. Then it was seconded,
This is
nag-adjourn.
Feb 5.
Yes, February.
Okay. Nung nag-recess po
Oo.
sila.
So, pwede nilang ginawa yun. Nagawa nila eh. I think kaya nagkakaroon ng confidence si Senate President Escudero dito kasi nung Feb 5, walang outrage eh. So, he figured, wala ito. He can get through with this plot. Pero, ngayon, nagkaroon ng pushback na malakas. Kaya nag-ano na siya, on the fly na yung plano niya. But, ang pwede nilang gawin dito is mag-move to adjourn prematurely without tackling the impeachment.
Even before the presentation, you mean, of the
Yes.
articles of impeachment, pwede pong
Pwede nila.
motion to adjourn ho.
Oo. Ngayon, ang pwede
Sorry,
nila...
sir. Pag mag-motion to adjourn, do you need votes for that? What is the scenario?
Yes, kasi pwede kasi nag-quorum call na tinatawag. Yung quorum call is a privileged motion. So regardless of the
Number.
legislative status,
I see.
uunahin yon. So ngayon, kung wala kayong quorum, therefore, for lack of quorum, mag-a-adjourn na automatically. Yun
So
yun.
you're saying pwede pong mag-adjourn even before the supposed June 11 presentation of the articles of impeachment? Okay, if that happens, nag-adjourn po sila,
Di, tapos
paano na?
Tapos na. So,
Can the articles of impeachment be read by the 20th Congress?
yes. Pero pinasa niya na ngayon yung bola dun sa 20th. In the meantime, marami na ngayon magmamotion na hindi pwedeng itawid dyan, ganon-ganon. Kaso, hindi naman pwedeng aksyonan ng Supreme Court yon kasi wala pa naman nagtatawid. So, kailangan itawid muna after ng SONA sa next Congress bago may magmamotion na bawal yan. Kasi hindi pwedeng in between eh. Kasi how do you know na itatawid?
Yeah,
wala
wala
pa
pa.
naman. So, ganun yung gagawin. But, the crime has been committed. Kumbaga, dereliction of duty has been committed already. Ganun lang ang gagawin eh. Mag-quorum call lang. So, pwede mag-debate muna, motion. So, papahabain nila, then pauuwiin nila yung mga kasama nila, may magko-quorum call.
What are your thoughts? Do you think mangyayari po on June 11? Do you think it's gonna happen? Yung pong reading of the articles of impeachment at convening of the impeachment court and oath-taking, will it happen?
Depende yan kung gaano kalakas yung pushback. Pagka masyadong maingay at untenable yan, sasabihin ng ibang mga senador, sige na, gawin na natin to. Masisira kami, madadamay pa kami sa iyo, sasabihin niya kay Senate President. Madadamay pa kami dyan. Sige na, duty to. So, the rational minds or the reasonable people there will prevail. So, pwede matuloy. So, may plano sila na ganito, quorum call, basic, hindi namin kasalanan, wala na tayo. Pero, pagka grabe ang pushback, matutuloy. Yun.
And if not, kung hindi po matindi ang pushback,
Di pwede natin doon sa next battleground, which is the 20th Congress. Yun.
Who was at fault here, if you were to look back? Because it's not just the Senate President, but other senators, I believe, who earlier said that hindi naman namin talaga kasalanan ito. The House passed the articles of impeachment on the last day of session, which was February 5. Meron po silang December, tatlong impeachment complaints po yung na-file nung December 2, December 4, December 19, at sinasabi nga daw na inupuan sa opisina ng Secretary General. And then, Feb 5 comes, allegedly, because they have the numbers, and then they forwarded it to the Senate on the last day. Why blame them? Yun po yung isang ginagamit pong depensa naman ni Senate President Cheese.
Okay. This is not to defend yung sa House, no? Pero tignan nila yung nasa Constitution. Nasa Constitution, ang House, meron silang 10 session days before they will forward it sa order of business. So, ngayon, pumasok yun eh. Kasi may Christmas break, then it's within the 10 session days. Wala yung forthwith sa House. Kasi supposed to be, i-deliberate nyo na maayos. In fact, 60 session days ang binigay pa nga sa House para to make sure na buo yung kaso
But sir,
bago
it
nyo
has
forward.
to be in the Committee on Justice para po umandar po yung oras doon.
Yes, pero before i-transmit sa Committee on Justice, 10 session
Right.
days ang nakalagay. Eh, pag binilang mo from the time we filed it to the time they transmitted it, pumasok siya eh. Kasi may break eh. Kaya hindi naman sasabing nag-violate yung House ng kanilang constitutional mandate.
But if it was filed granting that there were, recess and it was
Yeah.
the holidays, let's just say the December 2, 4, and 19 impeachment complaints versus a February 5, that's more or less, let's count it at 2 months. That was a 2-month delay. Granted, meron pong mga recess, may mga holiday.
Yes.
Any period during the time, sir, they could have also transmitted that or forwarded to the Speaker, nilagay po sa order of business at inumpisahan po sa House Justice Committee. But they did not do that.
Yun na nga nakalagay kasi sa Constitution. You have 10 session days
Right.
bago mo ma-refer sa Committee on Justice. Meron silang ganun. So, hindi nila na-violate yung constitutional provision na yun.
I understand,
Okay,
sir.
ngayon, ganito na yan. So, water under the bridge. Sige, yun ang reklamo mo nun. What's your reason now? Bakit hindi mo ngayon sinimulan na first session day, June 2?
You're
Yun-
saying basically kung yun ang gagamitin na argument
Yes.
before, bakit nyo ginagawa
Bakit
ngayon?
hindi mo ngayon ginagawa? Yan.
Would
Tapos yung sinasabing wala ng oras, teka muna, simulan mo muna bago mo masabing walang oras. Kasi pag hindi mo sinimulan, hindi mo malalaman. Di ba? Eh malay mo, pag convene mo niyan, si Sara mag-resign na. Eh di, tapos na. So hindi mo ngayon masasabi, anong sinasabi nito ni Senator Tolentino na wala na raw talagang chance. Hindi mo pa nga sinisimulan eh. Di ba? Doon mo makikita, cap out, kumaga talagang may mga agendang nangingibabaw kasi.
But it is a political exercise. You've been there, sir.
Yes.
Kahit po sinasabi na the senator judges should show
Yes.
impartiality,
Oo.
it is really a political exercise.
Doon sa decision. Pero yung mandato sa'yo mag-conduct ng trial, wala. Wala kang discretion doon.
Wala kang choice doon.
Wala kang choice doon. Gawin mo yung nakasaad sa Constitution. So, kahit na anong balik-balik ta rin niya yung kung anumang word salads na tinatapon nila sa publiko, at the end of the day, gawin mo yung trabaho mo.
Hindi ho kaya maybe we have a few minutes left, I believe, that sabi ng iba, sir, kapag nagkaroon po ng resolution questioning the jurisdiction or the lack of time of the senators, kumbaga ibasura na po itong impeachment ni Vice President, ay makikita na po rather ng publiko who is for and who is against. So it will already give you a preview of, let's just say they get, the senators get 13 votes to junk the impeachment trial,